Hopefully. There we go. All set. All right, everything should be in order. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can go left to right. Eee. See, almost knocked it over already. Oh, the modern decks. Oh, they got a little blurb here. Sky Strikers, X-Sabers, Mitsurugi, Box of Dueling Excitement, contains 3 ready-to-play top-level tournament decks. Everything you need, 40 cards, 3 secrets, 18 ultras, 144 commons, 3 bonus secret rares, with a chance to upgrade to Starlight. Includes brand new cards, favorites, variant alt arts, everyday must-haves, and much more. Very nice. Love the design of these. These are just so cool. Oh, man. Absolutely awesome. For a second, we lost chat for a second. But seems to be everything seems to be in order. So we'll press on. Woo! All right, perfect. Try and keep the secrets, well, a secret, at least the bonus upgrade packs. We'll do those at the very end. But similar to how we usually do it. Okay, we'll go through the first of each deck. I, of course, have my trusty deck boxes back here for each one. We'll run through each deck, talk about which ones we're building, which ones we'll profile, which is all of them. And then we'll cover the bonus and shiny cards at the very end. Okay, cool. Perfect. So I won't spoil secret packs. All right. Let's get this rig rolling, starting with, hey, X-Sabers. Very nice. It's probably the favorite out of the 3, the one I'm most excited for. Obviously, we'll get all of our sleeves in order, but I did bring my trusty giant box of miscellaneous sleeves just so everyone's nice and sleeved up and secured. So when we do get the decks fully built out, they'll all be nice and protected. Are you the... Yes. Okay, this is the X-Saber box. We'll move them over here. All right. Let's get to work. Gotham's Emergency Call. Very nice. Very shiny. If an X-Sabers on the field, basically Monster Reborn, 2 X-Sabers from the graveyard. Thanks, Gotham's. X-Saber Polina. This is the new one. It's a nice tanky target, which is very good. If she's ever summoned, send her to the grave. Get 2 X-Sabers from deck. Destroy them during the end phase. If she's sent to the graveyard as synchro material for an X-Saber monster, you can either make it attack twice or let it attack directly. Very cool. I'm going to move some things around. There we go. I don't have to go back and forth. X-Saber Bruno. Emergency teleport target. During opponent's main or battle phase, nice little quick effect to synchro summon using only earth monsters, though. A little bit restrictive, but still makes sense. All of your X-Sabers are earth monsters, so if you do splash in other attributes, just kind of keep note of that. If it's in your hand, banish one other earth monster from hand, field, or grave. Then special summon it. If it's summoned, grab your Saber back row. Spells and traps. Very cool. Ooh, got him second call. It's basically emergency call, but in a spell form. If you got an X-Saber Synchro, basically Monster Reborn 2 from the grave, ignore their summoning conditions, change their attack to 0, destroy them during the end phase, and you can't conduct your battle phase, so. It does ignore summoning conditions, which I do like, so I do understand the lockout and turning their attack to 0 and blowing them up. Saber combination, this is what I wanted. Well, 10 or more X-Sabers are on the field or in the grave, or banishment. X-Saber monsters gain attack equal to their original defense. You special summon an X-Saber monster from the extra deck, special summon an X-Saber from hand or deck. When opponent's monster declares an attack, special summon an X-Saber from the hand. This really is Saber combination. You're just constantly popping off more X-Sabers. Very cool. New Souza, commander that is, Swordmaster. I like how we're keeping the theme of we don't really... You can entirely summon them with tuners. They just need to be earth monsters for the non-tuner. Or I guess 1 tuner plus earth monster. So you can go all tuners. They just have to be earth for the most part. Always treat it as an X-Saber card. Gains 200 attack for every banished monster. Destroys a monster by battle. Draw a card. Opponent activates card or effect. Tribute an X-Saber to destroy a card your opponent controls. And if it be destroyed by battle or card effect, banish an X-Saber from the graveyard instead. Very nice. Not double X-Saber Gotems. This is like his first day. It's just regular X-Saber Gotems. Same summoning conditions. If it's synchro summoned, add a Saber or Gotem spell or trap from deck to hand. Inflicts battle damage. Discard a random card from their hand. X-Saber monster is targeted for attack while he's in the grave. Special summon him and change the attack target to him. Doesn't banish when he leaves the field, so he can keep coming back. Very cool. X-Saber Airbalum. Discards a random card from your opponent's hand when it does a direct attack. Palamaro, nice little reptile here. Whether X-Saber is destroyed by battle, pay 500 life points to get him back from the grave. Pashul, can't be destroyed by battle, take 1,000 damage if he's in defense position. So I guess the incentive is to put him into attack, but honestly 1,000 is fine. Foul Troll, special summon by controlling 2 or more X-Sabers and then Monster Reborn's more. Very nice. Full play set of him. Ragiora, nice little way to recover from the grave. Full Helm Knight, nice little warrior tuner, so she's a Rhoda target. She destroys an opponent's defense position monster. She Monster Reborns a level 7 or lower X-Saber. She can also just negate attacks, which is cool. Garsum gains attack for X-Saber monsters and also adds from deck to hand if he's destroyed by a card effect. Ooh, we get 2. Emmer's Blade, basically your recruiter. Bogart Knight, nice little swarmer. Locks you into X-Sabers for, basically can't be used for material unless it's for an X-Saber. And he special summons when he's summoned. Dark Soul, nice little searcher. If you sent from field to grave. Ooh, we got the Mulkarmis. Purulia. Fuwalos. Meowls. I don't think we've gotten Meowls before. We did get it from the legendary decks, actually. I'm thinking about it. So we do have all 3 at least. Polina, Bruno, so more copies of them. Emergency Teleport, of course. Saber Slash, blow up cards on the field. Tenki, very nice. I think they give us a full playset. That's pretty cool. Got him Second Call. There's a playset of that. Called by the Grave, Triple Tactics, Prosperity, Small World, very cool. You can Small World pretty well. Pretty much just line up based on their Earth attribute. Zeneku in chat here to steal all the cards. It's a fellow X-Saber enthusiast, so shout out to the GOAT Zeneku in chat. Also a big Cybers guy. He's here to snag up all the X-Sabers. Triple Tactics Thrust. Another emergency call. Saber Hole. Nice little counter trap. When a monster be summoned while you control an X-Saber, negate the summon, destroy that monster. Ooh, Destructive Karma Cannon. The extra deck is very cool. You get a lot of hidden Arsenal classics. Mistworm. Target up to 3 cards your opponent controls, bounce them back to the hand. Herbalum. Well, they have 4 more cards in the hand. Place a random card from their hand on top of the deck. Black Rose Dragon. Naturia Beast. Naturia Barkion. Obviously take advantage of all those earth monsters, so that way you can negate your spells and traps, respectively. X-Saber Gotems. The OG double X-Saber, that is. Tribute an X-Saber, discard a random card from opponent's hand. Not once per turn. So if you got your Monster Reborns or multiple copies of X-Sabers, you can really pop off there. Heon Lane, nice little way to blow up spells and traps. Trishula, the GOAT. The original X-Saber Soza. Start the damage stuff, battles a monster, destroy the monster. Can't be destroyed by trap effects. Very cool. Cloud Castle, that looks really cool. Moonlight. Ravenous Croco Dragon. Of course, Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign. So a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school. All right, so let's start sleeving up our hollows. And we'll start getting that prepped into the deck. Very nice. Very happy about this. This is just the X-Saber part. Once we get to the Sky Strikers, the Spell and Trap reprints are going to be wild. We're going to see some pretty cool stuff there. All right. Let me just get a pile of everything I do need to put into the deck. Put you over here. 1, 2. Here, I got these. Yes. Okay, perfect. Oh wait, that's right. I was trying to figure out, it's like, what other spell and trap was I putting in the deck? That's right. Oh wait, we'll get another one anyway, so it's fine. Place you guys in there. Definitely need you. Perfect. All right. And of course, we'll go through the other. Hello, Jason. What decks are in this set? We got X-Sabers, Sky Strikers, and Mitsurugi. So you get some good stuff out of this. There's our hollows. We grab the ones we need multiples of stuff. Need an extra of you. Put the Molkarmis to the side. Do I need anything else out of this? No, I think we're good. Perfect. So we'll just sleeve up our hollows. And anything we need multiple copies of, that is. Definitely recommend snagging this set if you can. There's so much cool stuff in here. Obviously the new X-Saber cards are awesome. Molkarmis. Once we get into the Sky Strikers, you're going to see a ton of really good spells and traps being reprinted. Obviously all those OCG imports, but some of them look really cool. Even the ones you probably wouldn't use competitively, there's still some cool stuff in there. And of course, we're trying to throw in some unconventional cards or some typical shenanigans. Witch Hunter asks, so I'm relatively ignorant to the meta, same as I. But how complete is the Mitsurugi decks out of here? Pretty much, you get everything you need. Like, you could just take the Mitsurugi deck as is. You got all the fixins pretty much. I think it's just what other extra deck stuff you want to throw in, whatever competitive spells and traps or any other reprints, which the Sky Strikers and X-Sabers will keep you covered with the spells and traps and Molkarmis respectively. So you could just take the Mitsurugi as is and go to town. I think it just depends on what else you want to splash in due to your preference. But if you want to grab like your three copies of the decks, grab your Mitsurugi and go to town, you're good to go. Bring back old YuGiOh. Well, we do have X-Sabers, so that's probably the closest we're going to get. These guys are good. I think we just need you guys here. Emergency teleport. I'm trying to think, what else do we need for the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Boop. I was trying to think, do we need any other spells and traps or monsters? But I think we're all set. I'm just going to make a giant stack of the X-Sabers. And, of course, sleeve up our hollows. Put those in the binder when it's all said and done. And then we can move on to the Sky Striker section. Very cool. X-Saber. I did throw in an extra Polina and Bruno, but I'll probably swap those out because I realized, wait a minute, they just give hollows of them too. Oops. Let me go ahead and take that giant blob. The deck is not finished yet, as I do have, there's a couple of cards. I won't spoil it, but it's typical Sir Blackson shenanigans of, hey, wait a minute, these cards should have been reprinted, so it's weird tech choices for the X-Sabers that you wouldn't expect, but they'll be in there. Alright, here's my deck box. Shovel everything in there. Perfect. This is probably close to finishing, so we'll get everything sleeved up, get everything accounted for. I'll figure that out off stream so I won't bore you guys with dead air or statistics. But let's continue our parade through the decks. Get the little Karmis out of the way. I'll put them to the side of all the little meta staples. Gotta hydrate real quick. Recently started playing again. Thought I could handle current day meta Atlanteans. Heard Mitsurugi's it. Mitsurugi's fun. It's a very good, very cool little reptile deck. Definitely affordable now. As the Mitsurugi ritual spell, called Mitsurugi Ritual, was probably one of the more higher end copies or more pricier cards. So definitely the cheapest time and the best time to pick it up if you don't want to break the bank too much. Jason says, I remember when Engage was it really $100? I got a Sky Striker deck from someone, so I never really played the archetype or built it, but I never knew it was that expensive. I mean, it makes sense. It is a fantastic card for the deck. But did not know. All right, deck number 2. Okay, this Sky Striker. If it turned out to be Mitsurugi and I was hyping this up for the wrong section, that'd be kind of funny. There we go. Let's get into it, shall we? Same song and dance as X-Sabers. We're going to cover the shiny cards. Obviously, we'll do a full run through of the deck, and then subsequent afterwards, we can kind of just gloss over the cards as they come through. So linkage. It's pretty awesome. Nice little way to swap through your Sky Striker aces. Especially when another one from the deck. If you have at least one Light and Dark monster in the field or grave, summon monster gains 1,000 attack. So your Ray and Rose also come in to help. Obviously keeping the main monster zone clean. Adil Saber. This is the new Sky Striker mecha. So a lot of the OCG story imports are going to be in this deck. Pretty much where your stuff like Spectra, Camellia, Engage equals 0, stuff like that. During the battle phase, discard this card to target a Sky Striker on the field. Okay, it doesn't have to be an ace. It could be the other ones from the OCG stories. Give it 1,500 attack. Monster special summon while it's in the grave. Target a Sky Striker link. Equip it to it as a equip spell that gives it 1,500 attack. Very terrifying. Kind of looks like, if anyone ever remembers from Arc V, the duel between Reggie Akaba and Isaac. If you remember his Mirror Imagine cards, this looks like one of them. At least that's just me. Nice little reprint of Hornet Drones. Give yourself a little token. Just so you can go into Sky Striker aces. If you have 3 more spells in the grave, when it resolves, you give it 1,500 attack. Very cool. Ah, there she is, Camellia. 2 effect monsters. Must first be link summoned. If you have 3 or less spells, she can Foolish Burial a Sky Striker card from deck to grave. She's sent to the grave, target a monster opponent controls, special summon this card to your opponent's field, shift control of it during the end phase, and then send that targeted monster to the graveyard. Very interesting. Surgical Striker Spectra. This thing looks so cool. It's so unnecessary as a link. The deck's not going to make a link for, but it is considered a Sky Striker ace, so it is cool. First be link summon, loses 3,000 attack if you have no spells in your grave, so load up your graveyard with your blue cards. When your opponent activates card or effect as Chainlink 2 or higher, banish 2 spells from the hand or grave, negate the effect, destroy a card your opponent controls. It's like you get to choose what you destroy. It's very cool. It's when Trickstar Sky Strikers were running everywhere, per Jason. Also asking how I've been. I've been good. We're getting some snow right now, but hopefully it doesn't stick. I've been tracking birds near the apartment. We've been getting a bunch of like sandhill cranes and hawks, so trying to figure out where they're all nesting because they all look super cool. I guess we're a bird watching channel now. So deck profiles and nature vlogs. No, just kidding. Just deck profiles. I don't think anyone wants to watch me go, oh man, look at that cool bird. And then it's a video of a cool bird. Combined maneuver, engage 0. 2 light and or dark monsters, always treated as a Sky Striker ace, because, you know, there's 2 on the card. You can only special summon it once per turn. Can't be used as link material. If it's special summon, target a monster on the field with 2,500 or more attack, negates effects. So the damage step while it attacks while you have Ray and Rose in the grave. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That's terrifying. So if you have your 2 aces in the grave, just take out your opponent's field. Engage 0, more like only remain 0. Jeez. Prototype Sky Striker ace Amatsu. Requires a Sky Striker ace. Only special summon once per turn. When a monster your opponent controls with 2,000 more attack activates its effect. Make the activated effect become destroy a Sky Striker ace link monster your opponent controls. Attack is declared involving this card and your opponent's monster. Target a Sky Striker ace you control and one your opponent controls. Destroy them. Very destructive. Very violent. I guess that's why it's a prototype. It keeps blowing up randomly. Ray! This is your main star of the deck. Contributor to special summon a Sky Striker ace from the extra deck to the extra monster zone. While she's in the grave, face up Sky Striker ace is ever destroyed. You can just special summon her back. She's a reinforcement of the army target. She doesn't banish when she returns from the grave. She's very cool. You get a full playset. You get Nibiru. If your opponent summons 5 or more monsters in a turn, give them a giant token, you get a giant rock. That's it. That's the effect. Rose, this is like a different version of Ray. Sky Striker ace is normal or special summoned. You can free summon of her. Opponent's monster in the extra monster zone is destroyed by battle or leaves because of a card effect. She special summons from the grave, then negate the effects of a face-up monster opponent controls. So kind of like the opposite of Ray. It's like, are you beating up your opponent? Then Rose comes back. Also, that negation is very nice. Raigeki, full play set. Harpy's Feather Duster. This is where the spells come in. Harpy's Feather Duster, full play set of Upstart Goblin. So a lot of removal, a lot of draw power. Reinforcement of the army. We do have the potential to pull the Altart, which is cool. Called by the Grave. Give yourself some protection. Engage! As Jason pointed out earlier, this used to be $100. Control no monsters in the main monster zone. Add a Sky Striker card from deck to hand, so you can grab anything. If you have 3 or more spells in the grave, draw 1 card. This is not a once per turn. The only restriction is you can't search Engage off of Engage. So you can't just, but you can totally draw into more, especially with like Upstart Goblin or stuff like Prosperity, Extravagance, any sort of draw power card, you can just get more, which is terrifying. So you get a full play set of her. Very cool. Afterburners. Target face-up monster on the field, destroy it. And then if you have 3 or more spells in the grave, destroy a spell or trap on the field. Can't have monsters in the main monster zone. That's the main stipulation with Sky Strikers. Jamming Waves does the opposite of Afterburners, destroys set spells and traps on the field. Then if you have 3 or more spells in the grave, destroy a monster on the field. So, different flavor. Widow Anchor, negate the effects of a face-up opponent's monster. 3 or more spells, then you can just take control of it. Very terrifying. Eagle Booster. Target face monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects this turn except for its own. Then if you have 3 or more spells, can't be destroyed by battle. Shark Cannon. Target monster opponent's grave. Banish it. If you have 3 or more spells in the grave, special summon it instead. But it can't attack. Hercules Base. Nice little, cool little, what is it, like a spaceship? It does look pretty awesome. Control no monster in the main monster zone. Equipped monster cannot attack directly, but gets to make a second attack on monsters. Equipped monster destroys a monster by its attack. While you have 3 or more spells in the grave, draw 1 card. Sent from field to grave by card effect. Target 3 Sky Striker cards in the grave, shuffle them into the deck. So more draw power, more way to just clear out the field. Multi-roll. Target one of the card you control, send it to the grave. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations for the rest of the turn, even if it leaves the field. During the end phase, set Sky Striker spells with different names from graveyard up to the number of Sky Striker spells you activate this turn, but banish them when it leaves the field. So, nice way to keep yourself from being responded to, even if multi-roll leaves. And during the end phase, just put them all back on the field. But they do get banished, so kind of keep that in mind. Mana decks I've seen that just lose to a Master Duel is astonished to me. Jason says he's going to activate Soul Release, banish all the spells instead. Not a bad idea. Sky Striker Airspace Area 0. Target another card you control. Activate top 3 cards from the deck. Grab a Sky Striker card and shuffle the rest in the deck. And then if you excavate a Sky Striker card, send that targeted card to the graveyard. Sent to the graveyard by card effect from the field zone. Special summon a Sky Striker Ace from deck. Very cool. Lightning Storm. Get 2 copies of this. Very terrifying. Nice little flavor of Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster. Triple Tactics Talent. Nice way to play around those hand traps. Regular Linkage. Triple Tactics Thrust, of course. I didn't realize everyone had Thrust. Lemnis Gate. This is one from Duelist Advance. Target equal number of Ace monsters and Sky Striker spells in the grave. Shuffle them into the deck. For every 3 shuffled, return up to 1 card in the field to the hand. Sky Striker monster is special summon to your field while it's in the grave. Banish it to immediately link summon a Sky Striker Ace Link monster. Very cool, Lemnis Gate. The extra deck. We got Kagari. Nice little way to recover your spells, especially engage. Shizuku. Monster opponent controls lose 100 attack for every spell in the grave. During the end phase, she was special summoned. Add a Sky Striker spell from deck to hand with a different name than the cards in your graveyard. Hayate can attack directly. If she battled Foolish Burial, a Sky Striker card. We get 2. Kana. Move these guys out of the way. She's special summoned, target face of monster opponent controls. It cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Each time a Sky Striker spell card or effect activate, gain 100 life points immediately. Very cool. Got all tongue-tied. Couldn't read that for a second. We got Ace Zeke. Must be link summoned. If it's link summoned, target a face of monster on the field. Banish it until your opponent's next end phase. Target one other card you control. It gains 1,000 attack. Then send that targeted card to the graveyard. Nice little way to clear out your main monster zones if you want to keep those empty. Azalea. 2 light and or darks. Must be link summoned. If she special summoned, target a card on the field and destroy it. If you have 3 or less spells in the grave, send her to the graveyard. At the start of the damage step, if she battles, banish a spell from your grave to destroy that opponent's monster. Very terrifying. And then, of course, Sky Striker Ace equals 0. Also from Duelist Advance. Very cool looking. Needs 2 Ace monsters. Can't be used as link material. If she special summoned, add a Sky Striker spell from deck or grave to hand. Ooh, recovers from grave. Quick effect Tributor to grab a Ray and Rose from deck and or grave. Then you can destroy a card on the field. You can only use 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. And there's your token. Very cool. Whew! My brain is mush from having to say the words Sky Striker Ace 100 times. Not that it's bad, but it's just... It happens every time we have to read out a bunch of cards. Someone's Spell Canceller. Where's the win link? Oh, she's in there. Here, we'll... Hayate is present. 0, Azalea, Zeke, Kana. There she is. You get 2 of them. So she is present. Don't worry. We haven't forgot about her. Also, Kagari gains 100 attack for every spell in the grave. So she can get boosted up pretty well too. Not just off of linkage or stuff like a Deal Saber. Hornet Drones. Very cool. Gonna put some of these guys off to the side here. Do I know how to count? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I do. I'll figure it out. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know how many cards are in my extra deck. And I'm working on a couple Sky Striker decks. We do have another collab coming in, so I'm going to put all my Sky Striker stuff to the side here. It's going to be easier to organize that off camera. That's probably the best way to do this. Grab our hollows here. Very nice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab all of our Sky Striker things. Put those to the side. A lot of Sky Striker stuff. Believe it or not, there are other Sky Striker cards that weren't printed in this deck. I think there's only a couple, but still. If you want more Sky Striker stuff, there is stuff out there from other sets. Same thing with the X-Sabers, but I believe all the Mitsurugi stuff did get reprinted, aside from like maybe 1 or 2 cards, but I think you pretty much get the full archetype in its entirety. Oh yeah, I should probably put all the big competitive spells over here. Put all the hand traps to the side. Move you guys over. Yeah, let's do that. All the competitive reprints, or all the good stuff we'll put over here. And of course, we'll sleeve up our hollows, which is our duty. I gotta go digging deep. I have a bunch of extra like YuGiOh card sleeves. I can't figure out where I put them, so I gotta go through my storage. Just probably put them in the wrong bin or wrong box, but easy fix. Has anyone else noticed it's hard to find sleeves in the wild, like at Target or Walmart? Like actual YuGiOh sleeves, ones that fit the cards. I see other types, which are a little bit bigger, but still protect them, so I'll take it. But like actual YuGiOh sleeves and such. Target near where I used to live used to be packed with it, but now you don't see it anymore. I thought it was kind of odd. I was like, where are all my sleeves? I love my sleeves. Can't take away my sleeves. All right, we're pretty much all set on stuff. I was gonna say there we go. Let's get a giant pile of all the reprints, or all the other extra cards, that is. Linkage. Saber. Look up the Mirror Imagine cards from Arc V, the Arc V manga. You'll see one of them totally looks like Ideal Saber? Probably mispronouncing it. The new little mech guy. Amatsu also kind of looks like one. Very cool looking though. There we go. Woo! And now the final archetype. The Mitsurugi. It's gotta get those from the LGS. Japan-sized dragon sleeves, dragon shields are good. Very nice. Yeah, definitely gotta keep my eyes on those as well. Jump right in. We got Mitsurugi no Mikoto Kusanagi. If ever summoned or attributed, target a Mitsurugi card in the graveyard or banishment. Add it back to the hand. If another reptile you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, tribute him instead. Oh. A bit of tape there. From the foil. There we go. Or just a little packaging. Futsu no Mitama no Mitsurugi. Ritual summon it with Mitsurugi Ritual. If your opponent special summons a monster, target a reptile in the grave, special summon it. Only activates effects once per chain. If it's tributed, add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand, then special summon this card. Very cool. Pretty much anytime they're tributed, they'll come back, so very terrifying. Yeah, I never see Yu-Gi-Oh! Sleeves anymore. I guess we're going Dragon Shield now. But it is also easy to get on TCG Player. I usually get the Magnificent Mavens bundle. People still sell those pretty hefty, so you get like a boatload of sleeves that way. Plus those are like 70 packs. So you get a lot out of that. Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi. Ritual summoned with obviously its ritual. Monster opponent controls lose 800 attack. You can reveal it in the hand to special summon a Mitsurugi from deck. Tribute a monster you control. You only use this effect once per duel. If it's tributed, add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand, then special summon this card. Very cool. Mitsurugi Prayers. I love the spell and trap art. It just looks so cool. You can also tribute a reptile in hand or field. Apply one of these effects. Tribute a monster at activation. Apply both effects in sequence. Add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand. Take 800 damage. Special summon a Mitsurugi from hand or grave. Cannot attack directly though. Mitsurugi Mirror. Use to summon any reptile ritual monster from hand or grave. Tribute your materials from hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed. If you summon one of the 3 mentioned Mitsurugi rituals, or if one of them is tributed while it's in the grave, you can shuffle it back into the deck. This is so you can get your pre-preparations search. Very cool. Mitsurugi Grade Purification. When your opponent activates card effect, tribute a level 5 or higher reptile. You get that effect, destroy that card. Banish it from grave to target a reptile in the grave. Special summon it. Tribute one other monster you control. You only use one of those effects per turn. Mitsurugi Tempest. If you have a Mitsurugi ritual spell in the grave, tribute 3 monsters whose ritual names are, of course, your rituals. Make your opponent banish exactly 8 cards from hand, extra deck, field, and or graveyard. Very terrifying. Manju of the 10,000 Hands. Anytime it's normal summoned or flip summoned, you can grab either a ritual spell or monster. Full play set of Ash Blossom for your hand traps. Night Sword Serpent. Ever sent to grave by card effect, special summon it, but banish when it leaves the field. Nice little free material there. Easy level 4. Mitsurugi no Makoto Saji. Oh, they give us a full playset. If it's summoned or attributed, grab a Mitsurugi spell or trap from deck to hand. If another reptile you control be destroyed by a card effect, tribute him instead. Very cool. Mitsurugi no Makoto Aramasa. Basically the same thing, but grabs your Mitsurugi monsters. So both are very handy. Mitsurugi no Miku Wosu. Special summon it by attributing one of their ritual from hand and one monster your opponent controls, but you cannot special summon nor activate monster effects for the rest of the turn unless they're reptiles. Which attributed, discard a card, and if you do, add it back to the hand. Very cool. And then, of course, here's the original and the third. Yeah, the original and third ritual, Ame no Murakumo no Mitsurugi. Same ritual spell requirement. If it's special summon, destroy all monster your opponent controls. When your opponent activates card or effect, quick effect, your opponent can discard one card or that effect is negated. This card is tributed, add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand, then special summon this card. This thing looks so cool. Full playset of pre-preparation of rites. Thank you, Mirror, for mentioning monsters. Full playset of Pot of Extravagance. Get your draw power off. Banishes from the extra deck randomly, but it's a ritual deck, so... Oh no, my copy of Dynamondo. Just kidding. Forbidden Droplets. Nice little reprint there. Nice little way to negate stuff. Mitsurugi Prayers. Mitsurugi Ritual. This is the original one. This one's so cool looking. Use to ritual summon any reptile ritual. Activate one of these effects. Special summon a reptile. Special ritual summon, a reptile ritual from the deck by attributing materials from hand or field whose total levels equal to the level of that monster, or ritual summon a reptile ritual from hand by attributing up to 2 materials from hand, deck, and or field whose total levels equal the level of that monster. So you're pretty much guaranteed a ritual somewhere, coming from someplace. Magatama. Attribute a reptile monster to target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. Ritual summon a Mitsurugi ritual from hand by attributing monster you control's total levels equal or exceed. Sacred Boundary, very cool looking statue. Opponent cannot target Mitsurugi ritual monsters you control with card effects of monsters, special summon from the extra deck. You can target 4 Mitsurugi cards in the grave, shuffle them into the deck, then if your opponent controls a monster, make them tribute a monster they control their choice. Very terrifying. Now your opponent has to tribute their own stuff. Infinite Permanence, very nice. Excite-Knight, clear out the field. Tornado Dragon for back row. Oh, Baguska. The infamous defense position monster. Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Very cool. Dugarth the Timeless, get a bunch of effects off. Light Dragon Ignister, very nice. Very cool reprint. Super Star Slasher Typhon Sky Crisis, very nice reprint here. This guy looks so cool. 2 IP Mascarenas. Almost knocked over the camera. 2 Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomies. 2 Dynamondos. And 2 SP Little Knights. So you get a lot of really good reprints from the Mitsurugi extra deck. So that's why I said it's really up to you what you want to put into it, but pretty much just grabbing it as is, you get so much cool stuff out of this. Alright. All of our hollows got buried, so let's get them over here. Same thing with Sky Strikers. I'm just going to make a little pile over here of the miscellaneous guys. And we'll get those sleeved up later and organized into their decks. But that will be an off-camera adventure. Oh. Very cool. Same thing put our hollows over here. Oops, I've been sliding around. So let's get these other two opened up so we can grab those cards and sleeve those hollows. And then, of course, we can do our bonus pack. So I know a lot of people are itching to see, what are we going to pull? We pulled some good stuff since Burst Protocol, so positive vibes here. Hopefully get some good stuff still. We'll have to wait and see what we get. We won't have to wait too long, though. All right, I'm just going to make a giant bulk pile of Mitsurugi stuff over here. All right, let's get these suckers sleeved. Everyone's patiently waiting. Very happy about this, very cool. Definitely hope we see more decks like this. Kind of want to know what everyone thinks the next sort of legendary deck should be. Don't have to be like modern decks or YCS decks. Could just be any deck you kind of want to see more support for, or just like a mass pre-constructed reprint of everything. I've been kind of thinking about that too. I feel like sharks could be cool. Just like compile all the big shark stuff, make like a giant water Xyz deck. I think that'd be pretty cool. So then there was something like, especially big archetypes like Photon or Galaxy Eyes. Get a lot of cool stuff out of that, but maybe just to compile everything, even some of the Cypher cards you could splash in there. Because they are still technically Galaxy Eyes. It's like Photon, are you Galaxy, are you Cypher? So it's a lot of stuff. But that's at least what I would like to see. I would like to see a shark one. I don't think we have enough water archetypes on the channel. I have a couple, Marincess or Sarctics, but get a few more sharks in there. Make it a nice little aquarium. But enough stalling. It's time to get to the cool stuff. Let's see what the little upgrade packs give us. Obviously, stuff will be secret rares, chance for some alt art, some starlights, stuff like a bunch of the Sky Strikers, stuff like Rei, Kagari, reinforcement of the army even. I think Hayate. No, not Hayate. It was Shizuku, her alt art, but Hayate, I believe, is still just Quarter Century Stampede. And then, of course, your X-Sabers and Mitsurugis also have a chance to look super shiny. All right, so we'll start left to right. Let's see what we got. Woo! Ame no Mirakomo no Mitsurugi gets the first one. Come on. Gotta be careful. Oh. Okay, hang on. Why is this hard to open? There we go. Just had to pull at that little corner. All right. Mirakomo no Mitsurugi. Woo, engage 0. Ah, Commander Souza. Very nice. Do have the potential for starlights. Starlights. There we go. Hopefully get another copy of Engage. That's another one that you can get the alt art for. Should be very cool. All right. Pack number 2, we got, Nobukoto Aramasa. Hey, there's that alt art Rei and Saber combination. Very cool. I believe the alt art Rei also comes from Quarter Century Stampede. Could be wrong though. But it's one of the Quarter Century sets if you do want to pick up that for sure. All right. Pack number 3. Makoto no Saji. Camellia. Full Starlight Hyunlei. Woo! Very nice. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Definitely was hoping for a X-Saber Starlight, so very happy. Woo! Looks like we got one of each. Is that intentional? I guess each deck does get a little upgrade, which is nice. I thought it would just be randomized, but that's still pretty cool. So I'll kind of show off each deck here. Oops. There we go. That's awesome. Whew. There you have it. There is your legendary modern decks. Definitely worth it if you haven't picked them up. I found mine at Walmart. Target's kind of hit or miss, but definitely check in your Walmarts. They usually have like a designated TCG section. I would ask around employees too. They are fully loaded, so definitely get them while you can. Definitely awesome. Each deck is pretty much good to go. I think probably the Mitsurugi and Sky Striker will get you the most mileage. I'm hoping, I kind of wish Invoker would have came back. That would have helped X-Sabers a lot, but X-Sabers can still put up a fight. Definitely don't sleep on them too much. They'll get their day in the sun again. We just got to get Invoker back. But once we get Invoker, it's off to the races. But either way, 3 awesome decks. Pretty much take whatever one you want or use all 3, but if you want to pick up some of the competitive stuff or want to get more into like stuff like what's Mitsurugi or Sky Striker's up to, now's definitely the time. Definitely scrounge up these, grab them while you can. Absolutely worth it. Woo! But that'll pretty much do it for today's full deck box opening, or I guess just set opening. Very exciting. I'm going to pile up all these cards. So I'll get to work getting all these deck profiles ready. We'll have a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline. More mail days coming next week. More live streams. We got a bunch of other stuff obviously planned out for next weekend. So stay tuned for that. But thank you all for joining in, for watching. Always appreciative. Always enjoy talking to you guys. So definitely let us know what other sets or what other openings you want to see. Definitely let us know what decks you want to also like to see on the profile or on the channel. And let us know what other legendary decks you think should come next. I'm personally a fan of the Sharks. That's just me. Definitely want to hear your thoughts. But I've been Sir Blackson97.